Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have a diamond in the rough for you guys to meet. He's one of the top FCS players this season. His name is Marlon Taylor. He is a defensive lineman out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Nice to have you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So, yeah, like I said, really part of a sound defense there for Chattanooga for several seasons. Was all conference, and again, one of the top small school prospects this upcoming season that scouts and fans really need to know. So, Marlon, go ahead and start us off, man. Tell us where you're from, and then we'll go from there.
Well, I'm from Brunswick, Georgia. It's deep south Georgia by the coast. It's probably not known for anything, probably just a retirement place you go to. It's literally small community, two high schools, big rivalry there. But other than that, I mean, I moved around a lot, but other than that, I mainly claim Brunswick.
Gotcha. From my own experience, some people call Brunswick the armpit of the East Coast. And I know that
That's the
sounds kind of
first.
funny, and I don't mean that
That's the
as a
first.
negative thing. There's a lot of paper mills there. And so
Yes.
you get a lot of that smell that comes through, like, I don't know, the area through the water. But I mean,
Oh,
hey,
yes.
that's not stopping a guy like you putting his mark on things as an athlete there. I have in my notes that you attended Glen Academy there in Brunswick. So talk
Mhm.
about your days at Glen Academy, if you don't mind.
Glenn, I was skinny. I would say skinny, but I was not as big as I was now. I thought I knew football, and then like in middle school, you just running around. You just running around like you're in rec. But when I got to high school, I really learned more like because in middle school I played everything. I did offense, defense, kickoff return, all that. But in high school is where I was like defined as a D lineman and what I figured out what I like enjoyed. I mean, my whole life I played the D line. Like that's all I played. But there was always teams where I'll be on like in rec and stuff where I'll be like, okay, I'll be on kickoff and I'll be on this or whatever. But high school is where it was like Coach Rock was like, you're gonna be a D line, like you're gonna be this. And I was like, okay, I enjoy that. Like, okay, cool. But over the years, just playing with some good players like DJ and just finding like just playing there with my teammates and actually being a part of a team we would where I actually like started to travel where I traveled more. It wasn't really like college where we did like 6 hour drives, but it was like
Right.
traveling with someone like with a team going there and fighting our behinds off trying to win a game and then winning that game and then just driving back, like having that feeling was always good. So that's where I actually learned high school was where just winning football games was like something special. Where in rec and like foot league, like it was just like, oh, we just out there running around. And then once I got to college, it was more like in depth, more it like added to that.
Gotcha. So, kind of establishing yourself as a defensive lineman there in high school, and then of course riding that into your time there at Chattanooga. Marlon, I also have in my notes that you were a pretty decent thrower on the track and field as well. That's not bad. I mean, I have in my notes 54-10 in the shot put. That's not bad.
Oh wow. I didn't know you knew about that. Yeah, I love track. I love track in high school. And I've never done track outside of high school. Like my first time ever doing track, well not track, but field was in high school my freshman year. I just joined. I was like, oh, I could try this throwing thing. And then I turned out I was good at it. And then my coach Adams, she was my mom's basketball coach when she was growing up, and my mom's track coach, and she was helping me over my years. But yeah, Shout out Coach Adams. I love her to death. She was there when my and Coach Floyd was there. And if I if I look back now, if I took it more serious, I probably would have won state because I've been to state. I went to state 3 times in a row, and I always got like I don't know, like third, fourth, or fifth. I don't remember, but it wasn't one. It wasn't first. It wasn't first place. But if I remember, if I just took it more seriously, like worked on my form, because I didn't do the spin. I was too afraid to do the spin. But yeah, I did the kick. I was too afraid. They wanted me to do the spin, but I was able to do that spin. I was not. But if I just did 5 more push-ups or something, I would have been able to get farther. So it was really fun. I really loved it. And then that's when I actually started traveling even further than like football we would travel like 2 hours away, where track it was more, oh, you got to travel all the way this way, like all the way to Lee County or something. And then track was actually where I learned where football is more of like a team, where you depending on your teammate right beside you, y'all both working together to get something done. Where in track it's kind of like that, but it's more individual. Like that's where I learned that I actually can make an impact by myself. So once I learned that in track, I try to like bring in the football and more focus on my craft more. Cause like my freshman year of high school, I thought I didn't make a big impact. I thought I was like, okay, I'm just here like everybody else. We're all just doing the same thing. So me not pinning my hands right or stepping this way or doing certain things isn't that important because this person right next to me, you feel me, is doing good. But then track, I had to, it was practices where I had to, it was just me because I was like one of the only throwers, or it would be like me and my two teammates. And like it's really just you. It's really you focusing on your craft, on your technique, and that really opened me. That really helped me focus. Like, oh, like I'm actually like making a difference. Like me focusing on myself is actually important. So that first track season after I finished it, I was like, maybe I do need to stay a little lower in my stance in football. That's how I learned how to take on double teams. Or maybe I need to step or strike a little harder right here when I do this. Maybe that'll help me more. And it actually helps. So that's when I realized, oh, like me practicing and actually working on my technique actually helped. So that's that. And then I also showed that, oh, my teammates will look at me and be like, oh, what's he doing different? And then me helping them. So me helping myself actually ended up helping my teammates too. So it was like, it was just a win-win.
Yeah, so obviously, again, track in its own sort of way does help translate to the football field somewhat. At the very least, overall power, technique, footwork, whatever, the whole I guess the mentality of like, you know, maybe you're there on an island and you're dealing with whatever your task is. So I mean that's
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of what you were alluding to, but
Yeah.
Marlon, really need to move forward, have a whole lot of questions here and not a ton of
My
time to
bad.
work with. So, no, it's all good. It's okay.
I'll try to keep it
But
short and sweet.
no, you're good. I think it's fine. I think it's a good story. But I want to talk as much about Chattanooga as we can. So
Hmm.
obviously Chattanooga, it was a school you ended up at. So let's get ourselves there and let's get to start. Let's start to talk about like that team. So obviously you're a defensive lineman. You've been a defensive lineman there for a while. Talk about your role on that team as a whole.
Okay. So when my freshman year, I was part of Coach Wright's first freshman group. So when he got here, it was already like we was his first freshman group. I remember our strength coach, he said, not the one we have now, but our old one. He used to tell us, "Oh, y'all are his first freshman group. Make sure like you do this. Make sure you do this, like grades and working on the other stuff." Mind you, I'm a freshman. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to like make sure I don't get like make sure I'm doing good. So thinking like back my freshman year, I was just he saw the vision, like he saw the potential I had. I didn't see it in myself. So I was just like, oh, I still had that high school mentality where, oh, like as long as this person's doing it, then I don't have to like maybe I don't need to do as good because this person's doing good or because there was people who already was there, the upperclassmen that was already D-Max, Pee Wee, all them who was already there, I thought, oh well, he doesn't need me. Like he don't need me. Like he has them. Why does he need me? Like why does he claim he need me? And then I would have found out sooner if I didn't have got hurt and had surgery on my shoulder and had a real breast shirt that season. But my the D line coach I had at the time, Coach Baker, he would always tell me, "We need you, like we need you," and I never understood like why does he keep saying like he need me what like you have these people who are so good like why do you need me like yeah, and in my head I'm thinking like oh coach is just talking the coach is trying to encourage me and stuff um but after that, my sophomore year, where I actually started playing and started getting like practicing stuff, Coach Wright he would go, finally, Marlon's practicing. And I'd be like, okay, like, okay, like jokingly trying to say that. But after that, it was more stepping into after my freshman year, the upperclassmen they started to leave, and it was more sophomore year was more learning and what being part of a team and being part of a smaller team like D line, where in college is very different from high school, where it's not really like yeah, there's D line, there's this, there's that, but in college is more this is your group. Like even though this is a team, this is your group. Like this is what you are going to be a part of. So over the years, just learning from my upperclassmen and just finding out my role was very hard, but not really hard, but confusing because I'm not the leader type. I'm not the rah rah rah. I'm not the type of person that just oh you need to do this. Like I'll say something I'll be like you doing that wrong. Like come on now, like come on, we know what we're doing like that. But I'm not gonna just be out the way because I'm not that type of person. But and then coach will always tell me and my coaches they will always tell me oh, like, we need you to be a leader this year, do. I'm just like, I don't know what you want me to do. But then I started to realize that not all leaders have to be that type of person. You can be a person who leads by example and a type of person who works their butts off and just encourage other people to do that. Because I know it was a time where I used to think my freshman year, oh, I'm never going to be like D-Max or I'm never going to be like this person because they're that person. And that's where I learned where their type of leadership and their type of leader role was different from mine, where I learned where I can still be a leader and be encouraging at the same time, where I can be like, I'll try to always remind my teammates, do you like work on the best you, don't try to compare yourself to me, don't try to compare yourself to anybody else. If one practice you're not stepping this way and the next practice you start stepping that way, that's the big step for you. So focus on that. Like I try to lead by example. I try to be the type of person where people like where I'm brought up, they're like, oh yeah, we know what he's gonna do. So let's try to be on that same level. Let's try to work as hard as him. Let's try to do just like him. So I don't try to be the rah 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 type of leader or roller of the team. Like everybody like when you think of leaders, you're not gonna think of me, but you're gonna think, oh, he like that's a good like candidate. But I'm not the type of person who's gonna be like the hype the team up type of person. But I'm a make sure everybody's in the huddle. Like, come on, get in the huddle. Like, let me make sure you're in the huddle so you can get hyped up. But I'm not gonna be the one that hypes up. Basically, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, something like
No,
that.
no, no, it's okay. I mean, I think I understand that. I mean, not everybody is that rah-rah kind of crazy person, and oftentimes those people that even do those sorts of speeches, like they're not they're team leaders in another sense. Like they're
Hmm.
like the spirit of the team, perhaps. Whereas like guys like you, at least the position that you've gotten yourself into now, I mean, obviously there have been a lot of guys that have come and gone. And dude, you are in a position right now where you are one of the top dogs there. You are one of the top athletes there at Chattanooga now. So whether you like it or not, you're going to be one of those leaders, because
Hmm.
you are a fixture there on that defense. Did want to talk a little bit about Chattanooga just in general because I feel like over these past few years, Chattanooga has been known for developing these players in the trenches that are tough as nails, that are strong as hell, And you're kind of next in line, man. You talked about, D-Max, Devontae Maxwell, Curtis McClendon, Cole Strange, these dudes that just continue to come out of Chattanooga. You're the next in line, dude. I mean, talk about this, I don't know, tradition and how this is hopefully going to continue this year.
Well, everybody says that. Like, I still feel like I'm not on their level. I still feel like I'm still their underclassmen. I'm always gonna feel like they just always gonna be like just the mentors and the big bros that I've seen. Like, it's never gonna. I'm never gonna feel like I'm on their level. But from just from coming here, because I've all I've known is Chad. Like, all that's all I've known, and our work. Like, we just work. I don't know about any other schools, but we work our butts off. We grind, we do everything, we try to do everything 100%. We try to give it our all. And once you see your teammate or your or person you respect, even outside of football, like your friend, you thinking you don't want to be left behind by them, or you don't want to disappoint them. So it's like it's just we all just push each other, not like we don't verbally have to tell each other, oh, put like push each other. We literally just feel like we just something you want to do. And chat like, yeah, it's tough. Like, it's not for the weak. Like, you're gonna work. Like, you're gonna do this. But at the end of the day, it's like we're all going through the same thing, and we just I don't know. We all just really just end up pushing each other. It's really just I don't know how we develop all these good people. I don't like me. I wouldn't consider myself good. I'll just be like, okay, I'm just an average. Like, okay, you don't have to do all that. But yeah, people claim I'm up there with them. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just really just chat. It's just chat. Just
Well, I mean,
um.
certainly it's humbling to be in the same conversation as some of these other guys who
Mhm.
were drafted, who have gone on to do great things. They're in the NFL right now. So yeah, I mean, it is absolutely 100% humbling. So, but even still, I mean, you are one of these guys this season who scouts are going to be looking at. So, I mean, I know that might be, I don't know, I don't know if it's a shock or I don't know if you're just if it hasn't hit you yet because I know you've been sick lately, but obviously once you get out there, once you start throwing bodies around, it's certainly a different story. Like mentality gets into things.
Yeah.
Um, so obviously, man, you're a defensive lineman. So, and we talked about, you being a fixture there, being an all-conference athlete. And as a guy who is going to be a prospect in next season's draft, um, what do you feel separates you from perhaps others at your position?
Hmm. Probably my technique.
Okay. Okay. Dude, I would also say one thing just to kind of carry on a little bit about like how this program has been. Being a
Mhm.
part of a program that continues to churn out talent for guys that are in the trenches. I think one of the things that has just kind of, I don't know, been instilled with guys is just dedication to their craft, dedication also to the weight room. I've heard of some of these guys doing some uh, superhuman feats in the weight room. Uh, so talk a little bit about maybe not necessarily that, but like how you have changed since perhaps
Ooh.
coming in as a freshman to now, and how that
My
kind of worked
freshman
into.
year, I was I wouldn't say weak, but I was not I was not doing 600 pounds like I'm doing now. I'm not doing 700, 800 pounds like I'm doing now. It's really thanks to our strength coach now, Coach Sadie. Once he got here, everything changed. Like, everybody was doing different weight, everybody's body changed. Like, I wouldn't say fat, but I was fat. And like just watching my like and then that also goes back to where we like, oh, we watch him. So we watch, for example, let's say D-Max. We watch D-Max do like squat 500 pounds. You're thinking like instead of thinking like, oh, I'm never going to hit that, I focused on, I thought like, oh, let me try to get to that level. And it's like you forget, you try to push yourself to like get to that person. And then I ended up not caring about trying to reach somebody and just improving myself. So over the years, I just focused on getting stronger, my upper body, my lower body. I'm still working on my upper body, but I'm way stronger than I've ever been in my upper body. And it's just, even though coming off like certain like shoulder injuries and stuff, it was just I fell in love working on myself. So once I figured that out, I just kept getting stronger and stronger.
Gotcha. Hopefully just a quick response here. Which one of those lifts are you most proud of right now?
Gotta be squats. It's my strongest one. My
So where are
strongest
we at?
one.
Are we beyond the 600 mark now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just recently discovered, so before I would never use a belt. Like I would never use, I don't know, I just never used a belt. And I'm over here doing like 600, like over just doing heavy ass weight. And then one time during the summer lifts, they was like, "Oh, try using the belt. Just try using the belt." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Spit the belt on. Boom, boom. I said, "Wait, that's easy." And I was like, "Oh, I'm using the belt forever." Now I see why everybody uses the belt. So it's like,
I mean, it helps you with your posture.
yeah,
So
I guess it was my posture. I guess my posture was just never that. Like I was just doing the wrong posture. So that belt really helps me a lot. So I'm definitely probably gonna do it over
cool.
way more.
Well, Marlon, let's continue to talk about Chattanooga. So obviously you have one more season left to go. But as you reflect on your time there, is there one particular memory or game play or whatever that sticks out right now or what?
Like my favorite are
Whatever defines you the most, man, whatever that is.
I want to say there's a lot, but I guess this recent season where I went against Austin P and I got because I I'm when I get sacks I'm happy. Like I love getting sacks. Even at my position, like I'm not used to getting sacked. So if I get a sack, I'm like, ooh, like I just did that. Like I'm so happy. So me getting sacked during that game, during like a playoff game, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, when an
So probably
interior guy gets a sack, that's pretty nice. So
yeah,
Um, I mean, especially when your role is sometimes just to kind of,
be
be
a
a
body
slugger
that
or
take up
something.
and yeah.
It's a whole different feeling when a guy like
Yeah.
you can get your hands on a quarterback and, you know, slam
hmm
him to the ground. So, um, cool. So Austin P, go back at least at the 2023 tape. Something to look at for some people who want
Yeah.
to check out that moment. So, Marlon, do want to continue to move on and hopefully wrap up here very soon.
hmm
We've had a chance to meet the guy on the field and know that you have a lot of you know you've done a lot over the years and of course have one more year left to go. Um, is there anything else about you that people need to know? Like the guy under the helmet, either interests, passions, or anything that you want to share with people?
Mm. Uh, like fun fact,
Sure.
um, I'm a big nerd. Like I love Marvel. I love stuff like that, superheroes and comics and stuff. I'm a big nerd. Like you probably look at me and be like, he's not a nerd, but I keep up to date with Marvel movies. Like I still gotta go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm sad I gotta miss it because I mean a podcast, I'm not gonna have the time to go watch it. But as soon as podcast's over with, just know I'm gonna go watch that. So I'm a big Marvel fan.
We'll wait till I guess next weekend or whatever. Maybe perhaps along those lines, favorite superhero.
Okay. Marvel, she's part of X-Men Kitty Pryde, the one who can just space through everything. Yeah, I just want to be like, that's so cool. And then Squirrel Girl, she's so weird and funny. Like she can talk to squirrels and she's like superhuman strength and she beat Thanos on her own. Like it's crazy. Squirrel Girl is just crazy. And then for
I have no
DC,
idea who that is.
Yeah. See, like you finna make me nerd out. Just know, keep right. Okay, you know what? I'll just go with one that everybody knows. Batman.
Okay, okay. Hey, that's fine. So when you say nerd out over this comic book stuff, like, are you a big comic book guy, or
I try.
do
I
do
try to
you?
keep up. I don't buy comics, but I try to keep up with the information that's going on. Yeah, like a big nerd, like Harry Potter, like all that. Like love it all. Like love it all.
Gotcha. Let me see if I can ask you maybe two more questions and then wrap up. So
Hmm.
hopefully a couple quick answers. Um, Marlon, it's a zombie apocalypse, and you got to pick three of your teammates to be on your side, to be in your bunker or whatever. Um, which three dudes are you bringing with you?
Okay. Kelvin, Kelvin Morris, because if I'm being apocalypse, at least I want to laugh. So he gonna keep me laughing. EJ Thomas, because he can be smart in some certain situations. So I'm gonna need him, and I'm gonna need somebody who's just a killer. So who gonna kill? Like who gonna be able to just kill? Uh, I'm trying to think. Uh,
Gotta be somebody on point.
okay. He used to be on the team. He used to be on the team, but he graduated. He's gone now. Ben Bruton.
Gotcha.
I
No,
know he
hey,
gonna kill.
hey,
I know he
hey,
gonna kill.
that's fine. Appreciate that one. Is there
Yeah.
a celebrity that you'd love an opportunity to meet, whether it be an actor, musician, or
Oh,
athlete?
Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce.
All right,
Easy.
that was
Beyonce,
that was so
Beyonce.
easy. So,
I wasn't able to go to any of her concerts because it was in season, but just wait. I'm gonna catch me a concert. I'm gonna give you
all right, all right.
one.
You a big like person to perhaps sing some of that at some point,
Oh,
like
I
maybe in
don't
the shower
no,
or something?
I can't think. Oh, I'm gonna sing in the shower. And one thing I'm gonna sing in the shower, but you ain't gonna catch me at karaoke night singing. I'm gonna just sit there and enjoy it. But
All
yeah.
right. Well, Marlon, we do need to wrap up our time. This has been fun. And obviously, like we have mentioned, a lot of great things going on at Chattanooga, and you yourself being one of the top prospects this year at the small school level, and going to have a lot of eyes on you from these scouts. So talk to them, tell them what to expect from you this upcoming season, and why you would make a great addition to them, once your playing days are done there at Chattanooga.
Um, watch out for what I've been doing, just working hard and getting the job done. Uh, I feel like I'll be a great addition because I'm a hard worker. I I put my head down. I don't want to cuss, but I get shit done. And I mean, the film
This is what it
shows
is.
the yeah, it's just what it is. Like I'm not the type of person who wants to be have the limelight on them, but I'm gonna get my job done. And if the limelight's there, then it just happens to be there.
I mean, Marlon, I gotta let people know again. I mean, your toughness overall, because I know while we're having this conversation, you've been dealing with COVID, and I certainly appreciate you getting on this interview and talking, and maybe not perhaps giving yourself as much credit as I feel you deserve. I mean, really, one of these guys at
Everyone
Chattanooga who really is a good prospect, who deserves a whole lot of love. And
everyone
Marlon, this has
tells
been
me
fun, though. Uh,
thank you.
I appreciate you and your personality, and certainly somebody who adds a whole lot to Chattanooga. And bro, once you get there, hopefully all will go well for you this upcoming season. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Once again, I got with me Marlon Taylor, defensive lineman out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Check him out this season.
Bye y'all.